Rodero, the one-man show. Man, I'm on the train. Feel bad. I said, can you feel bad? Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord. Back. Like, you forgive me again. I'm on the I thought they were on the right path, but it never lasts. I don't want to do a rap. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of the love. Because it's the last thing I think of. I don't want to feel the rest of your nigga. But I I'm not perfect on the outside. I think right on the inside. I'm fighting the battle of my life. I need someone to focus on a child's life. I got too much time on my hands. It's all about me. I'm free to do what I want. Whatever I feel, no repercussions. I get bored. My blessings start struggling. I get lonely. The problems that the church don't help. I'm around 100 people, but I'm still by myself. I don't even be alone myself. I'm here to help me. It's all on the stress. My spiritual help. The Lord used to my great grandma, my mother, bless that soul. And I feel so guidance in this whole beautiful world. The word you are this next my baby girl, just when I was starting to appreciate fatherhood. And you won't send anybody good who I can marry, who can carry a child with me. I refuse to be a single mission I ain't number two, alone in a nation I don't know. But deep down I feel that's where you want me to go. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of your love. Because your grace is the last thing I think of. I don't want to feel the rest of it, but I can come, thank you. I don't understand my purpose if you don't like me. And it brings me to certain you have a store for me. I wonder, are you ignoring me? Or is the other way around? I know I'm trouble, but the word says it's going to leave us. Will from within to change. And then that person won't want to think. While I'm really going and able to really table myself and blessing you. You not the one. So what you are. I even spoken over my soul. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy of because of grace. Is the last thing you think of. I don't want to feel the rest of your anger, but I see some in the day. Another hit from the air roller, man. So feel glad. Hope this person is so way. Praise God. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got a lot of news to cover. First off, y'all know we having flooding here in Maryland.
Rusty odors and excess moisture with Imprid.
That's why I started this while the music was playing, so we wouldn't hit the commercial. They still got me. Anyway, y'all know we got flooding here in Maryland. I was kind of afraid the power was going to go out. We actually got roads that got rushing water down them. At one point today, we had 4 inches an hour dropping rain. I was kind of afraid we were going to float away, but it seems to be calming down. And the storm seems to be moving on. But we got 2 stories we're going to tap on. The first story is the flood. And believe it or not, they still showing videos. I kid you not. Actually, the video I wanted to show you is playing on the screen in the low box. So give me a second. I gotta bring y'all in and do the disclaimer. We'll get right to it. All right, it's all right here. Okay. Let me come back here. Sorry about that, y'all. I was setting up. I was trying to set up while the song was playing. That's the purpose of the song. So you can set up the video you want to show. But anyway, happy Memorial Day to y'all. Y'all know it's Sermon Sunday. I got a couple scriptures to say later on. I got some footage to show you of how some of our streets look during this flood. I also got some crow. And I know y'all not going to watch because I got some crow for y'all to eat. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play the video after I give the sermon because some of y'all going to eat some crow. A lot of y'all stopped watching me after I did that show. A lot of y'all ain't been back. Y'all argue with me in the chat and y'all ain't been back. Well, guess what? I'm proving right again. So eat that crow. And if you're listening and if you're going to hear this replay, you know what I'm talking about. Because some of y'all stopped watching me. But I was right. This time, there wasn't no 10. There wasn't no 17. It was just one, the first one. And somebody did what I was preaching to do. So I'm exonerated. I can't wait to get to that. But first, let's start out. Get to the disclaimer. Let me start out with the flood. Because it's happening to me. The Washington report on what's happening to me. So we got 4 viewers in the house. Or 5 now. That's why I'm not going to come every day because y'all not going to watch. Y'all ain't. We need wasting my time. Y'all not going to watch. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use of purposes, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. Let me get back here. Hello. All right, waiting for y'all to catch up. Let me make sure on the cell phone that y'all are up. Turn the volume down. Anybody in the chat? Hey, Tyrone. I'm going to talk about us right now. Then we're going to get into my story. I'm going to preach a little bit, and then I'm going to put the video on so the people who told me I was wrong, they can eat crow. So let's get to it, y'all. Ellicott City, Maryland. Ellicott City. Not even 10 miles from Baltimore City. Flash flood struck a Maryland community racked by similar flooding in 2016, authorities said, and water rescues were being carried out as raging water surged through the streets Sunday. CBS Baltimore showed photos and videos of a turbulent water rushing down Main Street in Ellicott City. just west of Baltimore. It's the same area devastated by flash flooding in July 2016. I got a story about that 2016 if y'all want to listen. There was no immediate report of any injuries. Larry Hogan declared a state of emergency. The media's focus is ensuring everyone is safe and secure, Hogan said in a statement. I strongly urge all Marylanders to monitor weather, heed all warnings, and avoid the affected areas. Footage of Sunday's flash flooding showed water surging around cars, picking up trucks, and coursing over the tops of their wheels. The Howard County Fire and EMS agency tweeted that water was above the first floor of some buildings, and there were reports of some buildings collapsing. Whoa. It's going to be a mess tomorrow. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is a photo somebody took. Look how deep the water was. Y'all see it yet? Look how deep the water was. Look how brown it is. Y'all know why it's brown? Because it got mud in it and everything. All kinds of bacteria. That's why you got to avoid flooded areas. It's really dangerous. Here's the video somebody shot. I don't know how you're supposed to watch this, though. I keep telling people, turn your cameras the other way. Look at that, y'all. Look at that water. That's crazy. I feel like I'm down there in Texas somewhere. Look at that water. Look how it's raging. That's crazy. Look at it. Well, y'all, that's the kind of water we was dealing with today. Now, let me get to the story I want to get to. Come on. Give me a second, y'all. Man, this thing's slow. Come on.
Site. Still ahead, a teacher.
Wait a minute.
Held as a hero for stopping an armed student is out of the hospital. Plus, celebrations in
That's the story I want to talk about.
Ireland after the country votes overwhelmingly to repeal its strict abortion law. Irish Catholics, however, are not sharing in the excitement. Details ahead.
That's a lie. We don't want that. Hold on a second. Where is it? Where is the video? Come on.
Come on, man. Here we go. That's a shame. Please don't have no commercial. I'm begging you.
It's a brand given life by craftsmen.
I'm in a damn sense. All right, so wait for this commercial to go, and we can get right to it.
Is in critical condition this morning after a classmate started shooting at an Indiana middle school on Friday. A teacher is being called a hero after he was wounded while tackling the gunman. The school is in Noblesville, north of Indianapolis. Adriana Diaz reports.
A terrifying situation. It's become a routine sight, a mass student exodus, this time at Noblesville West Middle School, after explosions of gunfire pierced the halls.
The shooting was right next to us. We were all really scared. All my friends ran to the corner for safety.
Police Chief Kevin Jowett.
A male student asked to be excused from his class. He left the classroom. He then returned armed with 2 handguns.
Shortly after 9 a.m., a student gunman fired at least 4 shots in his 7th grade science class. Students say that's when their teacher, 30-year-old Jason Seaman, tackled the shooter and managed to swat the gun out of his hands.
We were all just screaming, "Oh my God."
Sammy Lovell was in the classroom.
His eyes were he looked just upset and very angry, but I don't think anyone knows why.
This is the 17th school shooting this year, the 4th this month. Last Friday, 10 people were killed by a 17-year-old student at Santa Fe High School in Texas. Back in Indiana, the alleged shooter is being held in police custody, while the teacher and student Ella Whistler are hospitalized with gunshot wounds. Seaman was shot 3 times in the stomach, hip, and arm. The former college football player, who doubles as the middle school football coach, is being hailed as a hero for putting himself between his students and the bullets. Karen Cantor-Reyes is a 7th grader. What do you think about the sacrifice Mr. Seaman made?
I don't really know. I have no words for it because it was such an amazing act of caring.
Police haven't released a motive. After the incident, the middle schoolers were bused from here to the high school, and there they were put on lockdown again because the high school received threats. As for the hospitalized science teacher, in a statement, he thanked his students for their support and said, quote, "You're the reason that I teach." For CBS This Morning Saturday, Adriana Diaz, Noblesville, Indiana.
But you don't load that. How about that? How about that? All right, let's come back. All righty. Thanks to CBS News for that. All right, now, didn't we have a talk about the last shooting? I told you I was going to be another one. I told you it was going to be another one. 17th this year. Now, I caught a lot of flack for that video because I said that people, instead of going and ducking under the desk, under the chairs, under the tables, they need to go tackle the gunman. He can't shoot you off. Well, this teacher proved me right. He took 3 shots, still managed to tackle the gunman, knocked the gun out of his hand, and held him there till help came. That teacher is a hero. That teacher deserves a display case at that school with accommodations and trophies and the key to the city. People have already raised $58,000 for his medical care and for his family. I told y'all, you want to stop these boys from doing it? Start tackling them. Instead of being afraid, start tackling them. They're going to stop doing it. Because they punks. That's why they got the guns in the first place. He shot the man 3 times. And those kids stayed hidden under them desks and watched their teacher get shot 3 times. But he walked in there with 2 guns. You figure 9 bullets per gun. Not counting refills if he had any. He had 18 shots. Minimum. He only got off 4. 1, he shot his first victim. The teacher tackled him, and he shot the teacher 3 times before the teacher could get the gun from him and hold him down till help arrived. If everybody would have jumped on him, he might have only just shot the 1 girl. All it took was 1 person to stop him. Now, this teacher also coached the football team. So you figure he was in some kind of shape. But the fact of the matter is, even though he was shot 3 times, he still managed, with no help, to disarm the killer. The same way in that Waffle House, a black man who was shot was able to disarm the shooter and throw the gun. So, to all those people, where you at? That told me I was wrong. That told me I was going to get people killed. Let's look at the numbers. You figure 30 kids in the classroom. He got 18 shots loaded and ready to go. He only got off 4. He shot the first girl and the teacher. Rather than duck under his desk, he sprung into action. Boy shot him 3 times. He still reached the boy, took him to the ground, knocked the gun away from him, held him down till the police got there. For everybody that told me I was crazy, I want an apology. Anybody in the room that was here when I said that, I want an apology. I told y'all that's what we need to stop doing. And I guarantee you, the next shooting, the next school shooting, they're going to make sure it's a woman teacher in there and not a man. Watch. Watch. They're going to make sure of it. That boy was not expecting that. That boy was expecting everybody to be scared. And he had 18 shots on him ready to go. And if he had the reload, he could have had even more killed. But instead, nobody's dead. He only got to shoot the first girl. Then he had to turn toward the teacher that was rushing at him. Now imagine if all the boys in the class had rushed at him. Nobody else might not have got shot. But as it stands, he shot his first victim. She's in the hospital. She's okay. He never got to shoot anybody else because of the courage and bravery. That teacher sacrificed his life for those kids. He is a hero. He deserved parades. He deserved an accommodation. He should be able to retire for life. They should let that man retire and still give him his damn pay and give him his pension. That man is a hero. President Bush should have him to the White House for dinner to give him the Medal of Honor and should give him some money. Anybody disagree with what I got to say? Anybody? Let me check my chat. Tyrone says, we had a thunderstorm last night and do one tomorrow too. Tyrone said, well, just on the day. Yes, it was, Tyrone. Tyrone says that Hawaii volcano looked crazy. I was going to do something on it, but Tommy beat me to it. Tyrone said, that's great news. He's released from the hospital and is doing better. Tyrone says, why does a 13-year-old need a gun? His dumbass parents need arresting for letting the boy have access to that gun collection, arrested or fined. That's ridiculous. I agree, Tyrone. Tyrone said that's complete negligence on the parents' part. Well, the thing is, Tyrone, if he wanted a gun, he could have got a gun. If he really wanted to get his hands on a gun, he could have gotten a gun. In America, it's real easy. You can get them off the street. You can get them from your buddies. It's possible to get a gun. But I don't want to let my family members off the hook. The ones that told me they was going to run, they was going to duck down and pray that he wouldn't find them and kill them. I told y'all what needed to be done. And somebody did it. Somebody did it. Somebody's making me look good. You can't take it away. Somebody said enough is enough. You're not going to hurt my kids. I'm not going to stand here and watch you shoot my students. And every parent that got a child in that class, if y'all can afford it, each one of y'all should get that man $5,000. Y'all should put together, make sure that man got a new car. Y'all should pay that man house off. That's the least you can do. That man saved your kid's life. There wasn't no 10 shot this time. There wasn't no 17 wounded this time. There wasn't no 13 wounded this time. He came in and shot his first kid. Only other shots that got off, he fired into the teacher that was bum rushing. He shot the man 3 times. And he's such a wimp. That man was still able to tackle him and take the gun out of his hand, throw it away. Proving what I said. These boys are nerds. He shot the man 3 times. He shot the man 3 times. Tyrone says it should be impossible for 13. What do you mean? A 10-year-old can get a gun off the daggone street if he need it. He go find the right thug and tell him, look, I got $200. I need to take care of some business. This dude said he's going to take me out. I gotta have it on me at all times. And when the time comes, he's going to use it. Don't make no doubt about it. He's going to use it. When the time comes, he is going to use it. But it's a daggone shame. It's a doggone shame that he emptied 3 shots into that man. That's why I said if you all bum rush him, he can get 1 or 2 of you. But if it's not a headshot, it usually doesn't lead to death. It's possible that he can strike 1, 2, or 3 of you bum rushing at him. But he's not going to stop all of you. Unless he is just a perfect, know how to shoot you in the brain kind of person. He's not going to get all of you. That's my point. Now, he got one girl. He fired into the teacher 3 times. That teacher, even though he was shot 3 times, was still able to tackle that nerd and get the gun out of his hand. I keep telling y'all, it's nothing but a nerd with a gun in his hand. An uncoordinated nerd. Now, the boy that we think was bisexual, he might have been a little tougher because he was on the football team. He might have been a little tougher. But the majority of these kids play video games. The video game, don't nobody come out the screen and jump on you. You understand what I'm saying? They don't get touched. If they get killed in the video, they just restart the game. I don't know if y'all, I played Doom. I played Doom. And I know when all them zombies and them men come at you, you can't shoot them all. You lose energy. That's why I'm using the same theory. In the game, they die. You got to make it happen in real life so they believe they die. When people up on you like that, the gun's not effective anymore. You need room to shoot. These kids are already nerds. They're uncoordinated. Once you box them in, they can't do nothing but whine. What do you think was going through that boy's mind when he shot that teacher 3 times and still got tackled to the ground? And then got overpowered. Got the gun thrown away. And he couldn't even get free to run. He didn't even have enough strength to get free of somebody that he shot 3 times. I said 3 times. He was expecting everybody to run from him, not run to him. He wasn't ready for that. Never suspected that. He got his feelings hurt. Man probably sitting on him, probably broke one of his ribs, trying to hold him down. It's a shame. But I want the people to come in that talked all that trash Tyrone says that's why they need to come to a compromise to do all they can to stop kids and teenagers from getting guns. If they want adults to have guns, then fine, but not kids or teens. School shootings are only going to escalate because they give those who want attention all the attention they can ask for. It's the bandwagon mentality. Well, right before I came on, I noticed that Tommy's on with the same subject he had on last night. And I guarantee you, everybody's watching that. And I ain't mad. But I'm going to enjoy my moment. As I told y'all. Y'all say I'm a joke. Y'all say I'm out there. Y'all say I'm crazy. Y'all say I got wild teachings. I don't do nothing but bring y'all the truth. I told y'all it was going to be another school shooting before the week ended. And sure enough, it was. I was advised not to do any videos Friday or Saturday. And I had to do that one on Stephen A. Smith. If y'all watched it on 57. If not, it's on 57. Y'all can go watch it. I ain't want to get flagged for using video from ESPN. So I put it on 57. That way, if they flag 57, who gives a fart? Who cares? But we on our main channel right now. And I'm just enjoying myself. You can't take my joy. They can all go run. You ain't going to take my joy. Go ahead over there. Talk about that dumb stuff. For all you trolls that leave all those smart comments, don't you feel like trash right now? Don't you feel stupid? For all the ones that left the comments about, why don't you go jump in front of a bullet? We just had a teacher who just did, and he took 3 of them. Those wasn't his kids, but in his mind, he with them kids every day. He wasn't going to let nobody hurt him. He was a man. He stood up. All the other kids went and ran under the damn table. He could have ran under the table too. But no, he sprung into action. He wasn't a coward. He was willing to die so those kids could have a chance at life. He was a man. Something that most men don't have nowadays. Courage. He had heart. That boy shot him 3 times. He still got his target. Took the target down. Knocked the gun away. And held them till help came. That's a fucking man. We need more of them. That's the kind of man you want around your kid. I don't care what color he was. That's the kind of man. When good people stop being punked, it's amazing what God let them do. Friggin' amazing. You could sit there and have somebody eat 3 bullets and not be deterred. Still have the target in mind. Reminds me of a running back in football. Normally, when you get that gap and you try to run in between them men, you got 2 seconds to get through that gap and try and get as many yards as you can. That bullet was the first linebacker grabbing his ankles. He shook his ankle free and kept going. The second bullet. It was a daggone safety that came down to help out in the box. He shook the safety off. He could see the target. Right as he about to get to the line, a linebacker come up. He sling the linebacker to the side. Crosses the goal line with the ball. They got the first down. That man took 3 bullets. You know how much pain he had to be in? He could have stopped after the first one. He could have stopped after the second one. He could have stopped after the third bullet. He still knew his target. He knew if he didn't get that boy was going to kill a lot of people. He's a hero. And you see how I had to dig down and find it? That should be front news every day. That man prevented another serious disaster. That boy that he tackled, that young man, life was over. And the sad part is, he didn't even get to kill nobody. His life over for nothing. But it's going to teach those other boys that's thinking about doing it. Wait a minute. He didn't get to kill nobody. Tyrone said that's why they need to come to a compromise to do all they can to stop kids and teenagers getting guns. If they want adults to have guns, then fine, but not kids or teens. Tyrone, if they get a gun case and lock the guns up, all the children got to do is wait for the parents to go get in the shower, or the parents to just leave them keys sitting somewhere. They can make copies of them keys. Kids left at home got all day. They can figure out how to pick the lock to get to the guns. They got all the time in the world. I'm just saying, it's because of that one guy. That one guy. It only took one person. Instead of it being 10 dead, 12 dead. Instead of it being 17 shot. You only got one child actually shot, and she didn't die. Remember, I say two shots in your head, or one shot point blank to your head. But obviously, he didn't shoot her in the head. And then you got the teacher getting shot 3 times. I said 3. 3 times. Damn. 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 Come here, boy. God damn it. Give me that gun. Oh. Come on, kids. Call 911 or something. Do something, y'all. Get up under them damn tables and chairs. Hop out and do something. I'm just trying to imagine this scenario. Help! Teachers, where y'all at? Somebody call 911. Where's school security at? Somebody. I'm about to pass out here. Somebody get here. Where y'all at? Why y'all hiding in the lockers? Come on. I'm just trying to bring that realness to the situation. If more people stepped up, like I said, criminals only do what we allow them to do. Criminals only do what we allow them to do. Tyrone says school shootings are only going to escalate because to give those who want attention all the attention they can ask for. It's the bandwagon mentality. Tyrone says Vic and Tyra are on Skype fighting each other too right now. What? Tyra said, remember, as long as you got one person watching, you still have a show. The very words, the victim on himself. Yeah, I heard him say that. Ego Trip says, real talk. Tyrone said they should give him a paid vacation. They should go ahead and let that man retire. That man saved. You figure the boy had 18 shots. If he didn't have any extra bullets, you figure he had 2 handguns. Most handguns either have 7 or 9 shots in them. You figure he's going to want the maximum. So you figure he's going to have 9. So you got 9 plus 1 in the chamber. So actually, the boy got 20 bullets. 20 bullets, you figure he's going to miss 5 shots. You figure he's going to hit 15. So you could have 10 dead, 15 wounded. Instead, you got 2 wounded. One, the first victim, when he first pulled the gun out, and he got 3 more shots off into the teacher before he got tackled. That teacher hadn't have done anything. This would probably be a massacre. It'd be a big deal. Because nobody died, the news ain't worrying about it. There ain't no bodies. The news want bodies. There ain't no bodies. The teacher was a hero. Now, for those of you who are always talking about taking guns away from people, and they're not going to get on this bandwagon because the boy didn't kill anybody. They're not even the anti-gun people are going to come out. This man is a hero. This man should be on the front page of every newspaper. This is what a man's supposed to do. A man's supposed to protect the women and kids. And that's what this man did. For the little bit of money he made, that's what he did. That man should never have to work another day in his life. They should just give him. They should give him his salary up until his retirement. They should just out of pure appreciation. He set the example. And we got to start rewarding. I use the example of the running back when he crossed the goal line. Every time he does it, he gets a better contract the next year. That man should be given bonuses. They should give him $100,000 for the first bullet. They should give him $100,000 for the second bullet. They should give him $300,000 for the third bullet. That man still trudged on. You know he was hurting. He was probably bleeding. But he used that testosterone. He used that adrenaline rush. And he fought through it like a champion. That's a man. That is a man. And he's not going to get the press he deserves. He's not going to get the press he deserves. I guarantee you. And if President Trump don't invite him to the White House, he's a sorry bastard. Let me check my chat here. Ego Trip says, real talk. How you doing, Ego? Tyrone said they should give him a paid vacation. Hey, nobody cares. You missed it. You want me to play it again? Y'all remember the show I did the other day on school shootings? And y'all were telling me I was crazy because I was telling y'all instead of hiding under the table, y'all need to attack the student. Well, somebody took my advice, looks like. Yeah, happy Memorial Day, y'all. Looks like somebody must have heard me. But that man did exactly what I said. Overtook getting shot 3 times to get there. He overtook 3 bullets. Remember I kept saying, he can't get you all? He didn't get nobody. He pumped 3 shots into that teacher. That teacher ignored the pain. Just, boy, I gotta get there. Damn, he got me again. Oh, come here, boy. That done it. What? Down here. Why y'all still on the daggone desk? Go get some help. Shoot. What? That's a man. Nobody cares saying, are you feeling okay? Yeah, I feel okay. I took a lot of heat for that show. I told y'all it'd be a shooting. Another one. And it was. I was thinking Monday or Tuesday. But it was Friday. Instead of that teacher ducking under his desk, he took action. Said, I'm not going to let my kids get hurt. This ain't going to be no 8 murders, 14 wounded. Why are you saying I got a joy? You didn't watch the show I did the other day about the school shootings and how people got to stop being scared? That these boys in these classrooms are basically uncoordinated nerds. You get the gun out their hand, they can't do nothing. That's why they got the gun. If everybody instead of ducking under the table, ducking under the chairs, trying to hide behind the bookcases, if they actually jump this boy, they can take the gun from him. Yeah, he might get 1 of you. He might get 2 of you. He might get 3 of you. But he ain't going to kill all 3 of you. He might kill 1 and wound 2. But that's better than him killing 18. Everybody should be taught to swarm. Every angle. Make them not even know where to shoot at. You will get that gun. This teacher did it by himself with no help. He made it from the other side of the room. That boy picked him off 3 times. He fired 3 shots into that teacher and whoo, still got hit. Once he got hit, tackled to the ground, he was nothing. As soon as that gun got thrown across the room by the teacher, took it right out of his hands. He ain't had nothing. He shot the man 3 times and still couldn't even get away to run. Let the teacher take the gun out of his hand. But y'all want to go hide under the desk and be afraid of this coward who need the gun in the first place. Most of these boys are uncoordinated. Once one of y'all get close enough to grab him, it's lights out. He shot that teacher 3 times while he came across the classroom. He never got a chance to shoot at none of the other kids. A nerd. He ain't even had a sense to back up while he was shooting. he might could have got 5 off. But in the game, you don't back up. And once you shoot, even if you got the machine gun, if it's enough of them to get a hold of you, your game is over. You could have 100 shots left in your gun. Machine gun, Uzi, whatever. Once they get a hold of you, the game is over. Once they get a hold of an uncoordinated nerd, his game is over. This should be something that's taught everywhere. And most people know they're gonna get swarmed when they pull a gun out. They're gonna be less likely to do it. I guarantee you, the next school shooting, it ain't gonna be no man in the room. I bet you that. It's gonna be a woman teacher. Guarantee you. Because you know what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to that young man when they finally put him in general population at 18? You got tackled by a damn woman? You gonna ask me for my dessert? Man, you don't got my face. We ought to beat you down just for embarrassing manhood. You let a teacher, a female teacher, tackle your butt. Damn, that'd be rough right there. That'd be rough right there. You let a bad enough that the man got shot 3 times and the boy still got tackled. You shot a damn lady twice and she still beat your brains out and took your little gun from you. What you gonna do here in the prison, man? You might as well go ahead and start washing my drawers. Go ahead and make my bed up. Make my bunk up. Yeah, we got some plans for you, young man. Ooh. Tyrone says, "What's going on?" Nobody cares. Says Tyrone, "What's going on? Am I missing something?" Nobody cares. Got message retracted. She says she's kind of shocked. Tyrone says, "I'm really good. We do some more thunderstorms tomorrow, so I'm having a day inside." That far loud. BD is supposed to be doing a Memorial Day weekend sermon, but he wanted to do this first. Tyrone said, "I can see 2018 being the year of the school shootings." Nobody cares says, "Why are you laughing and smiling, BD, about a shooting? Calling kids nerds. What the hell?" It's not that I'm laughing about that situation. That's really a sad situation. But the show I did on the last school shootings, when I said a lot of people need to start standing up and start bum rushing these guys, a lot of people haven't been back since. I stood my ground. I'm not going to say no names, but a lot of people haven't been back since I did that show. I might even play it again. And now, with this case here, it made my point. I wasn't wrong. And because this guy did what I said, you only got 2 people wounded instead of 8 dead, 10 dead, 12 dead. That boy only got to shoot that one girl. He only got to fire 3 more shots. And then that gun was flying across the room when the teacher took it from him. Maybe if that would have happened in the other cases, it wouldn't be so many dead. So you're right, it's not a funny thing. But like I said, ever since that show, a lot of people left. Yeah, but a lot of people were all going to be doing that show. A lot of people they ain't been back. So I kind of feel exonerated. It's a sad way to be exonerated, but I was right. And I wanted to see if some of them might have came through and heard me, would have had the courage to say, you were right, BD. But they won't. Tyrone said, I know he hasn't slept in 3 days and might be taking its toll on him. Nobody cares, says Tyrone. I know it's sad. My daughter graduates June 8th. Thank God. My son is a 7-year-old U.S. Marine. Tyrone said, I said to take a couple days off the rest and get and sleep. Nobody cares, said, I'm shocked and confused now, Tyrone. I've never heard of CBD like this. Tyrone says, June 8th is right around the corner. That'll be exciting. Nobody cares, says, there are kids, Brother D. Nobody cares, says, yeah, I'm going to watch your other video because I'm really shocked and confused. I must have missed something. Tyrone said, I missed a few shows too. I need to catch up. Nobody cares, says, it's sad because I see it as kids with mental issues. But I've been saying nobody cares when these things happen. We need to come together and really come together and be like, you are the enemy right now. We must pull together and take you down rather than everybody be worried about themselves and allow you to stay in control. And then we cower and pray that you overlook us, or for some reason you'll look in our eyes and won't shoot us, rather than everybody running and trying to get it daggone guns here. Even a young girl can pick up a daggone chair and run up and bust the guy in the back of the daggone head with it. As long as you're doing something, it's not in vain. Just like when we were talking about, should death row only be 2 years? Give them priority in the courtroom cases and let them do their appeals. Now, if out of every 1 or 100, out of every one, so 99 are guilty, 1 man is innocent on death row, I'd rather see 99 and sorry, bro. Wrong place, wrong time. You got to make that sacrifice so we can get these 99 off the planet and show these crooks that we're not playing when it comes to the death penalty, and maybe they'll stop killing. Maybe they'll beat you till you're near death, but won't kill you like it did in the old days. I caught a lot of flack for that show. If it's 30 of us in a restaurant and the crazy man coming in, and you can tell He uncoordinated. You can tell he's a nerd. If everybody don't bum rush that man, he might get one of us. He might get two of us. But God damn it, don't let him get 20 of us. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather the news say no dead. I'd rather the news say 3 wounded. But I don't want the news to say 12 dead. 17 wounded. That's all I'm saying. He can't get you all. Even a sharpshooter, if you surround him from all angles and bust from him, he can't get you all. You got a Bruce Lee. Most of the time, when them karate guys get captured, they're not captured because they got beat up. They captured because somebody grabbed them, and then somebody else grabbed them, and somebody else grabbed them. And at that point, you can't move. Your karate skills don't mean nothing. This is the same thing with a gunman. You crowd him, he can't get all of you. Everybody grab his leg, everybody grab an arm. He can't do nothing. Somebody else take the gun out of his hand. Y'all hold him down till the cops get there. This man had to do this all by himself after being shot 3 times. That's why I say he's a hero. Because he could have quit after he got shot the first time. So, oh, forget this, man. I got family and kids. And he could have sat there and watched that boy shoot all the other kids in the class. But he didn't. He kept going. Took the second shot. He could have quit then. Third shot. He could have quit then. But he didn't. So nobody cares says who kids are going to run scared. Nobody cares says please stop calling kids nerds. That is one reason we have kids shooting, being called names and bullied. Nobody cares. It's just my opinion as a child once and now a parent. Smitty says, hey, everyone. Nobody cares. Say, hey, Smitty. Tyrone said, kids have loads of pressures. Little things can trigger them off. I totally agree. But like I said, we had our discussion. And the chat was giving me hell. But I stood my ground. I stood my ground. And like I said, everything that I was saying. But I was saying everybody should swarm. It only took one person. It just took one person. Tyrone says, hey, Smitty, how are you this Memorial weekend? Smitty, nobody cares says exactly Tyrone. Hold on a sec, y'all. I'm going to play this video again, and then I'm going to go into some scriptures I found in the Bible about Memorial Day.
AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence. And so this
Come on. $13, $14, $15. And pause. All right. Video set up. Go back in for the disclaimer. Present to everyone. All right, waiting for y'all to catch up. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 and allowances made for fair use of purposes, criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Being called a quiet revolution and a victory for women, the once conservative nation voted yes to repeal a constitutional ban on abortion. Jonathan Vigliotti reports.
That's not what we wanted.
The landslide vote celebrated outside Parliament today.
Damn, Ray, the computer. Hope we ain't got to see that commercial again, y'all. While waiting on the video to start up, let me check the chat. Nobody cares says, well, I'm glad you feel you was right. Tyrone says every video had adverts now, even news websites. Smitty says, just stopped in to say hello. I'm in Nassau in the Bahamas, staying at the Paradise Island Hotel Resort, wishing everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend. Nobody cares says, I'm disappointed in this situation. Tyrone says, wow, it sounds like you're having an amazing time. Nobody cares says, nice. Go ahead, Smitty. Step it out there.
AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence. And so this
killing me. You're killing me. All that time, you could have paid a commercial.
Condition this morning after a classmate started shooting at an Indiana middle school on Friday. A teacher is being called a hero after he was wounded while tackling a gunman. The school is in Noblesville, north of Indianapolis. Adriana Diaz reports.
It's a terrifying situation. It's become a routine sight. A mass student exodus, this time at Noblesville West Middle School, after explosions of gunfire pierced the halls.
The shooting was right next to us. We were all really scared. All my friends ran to the corner for safety.
Police Chief Kevin Jowett.
A male student asked to be excused from his class. He left the classroom. He then returned armed with 2 handguns.
Shortly after 9 a.m., a student gunman fired at least 4 shots in his 7th grade science class. Students say that's when their teacher, 30-year-old Jason Seaman, tackled the shooter and managed to swat the gun out of his hands.
We were all just screaming, oh my God.
Sammy Lovell was in the classroom.
His eyes were he looked just upset and very angry, but I don't think anyone knows why.
This is the 17th school shooting this year, the 4th this month. Last Friday, 10 people were killed by a 17-year-old student at Santa Fe High School in Texas. Back in Indiana, the alleged shooter is being held in police custody. while the teacher and student Ella Whistler are hospitalized with gunshot wounds. Seaman was shot 3 times in the stomach, hip, and arm. The former college football player, who doubles as the middle school football coach, is being hailed as a hero for putting himself between his students and the bullets. Karen Kendra Reyes is a 7th grader. What do you think about the sacrifice Mr. Seaman made?
I don't really know. Like, I have no words for it because it was such an amazing act of caring.
Police haven't released a motive. After the incident, the middle schoolers were bused from here to the high school, and there they were put on lockdown again because the high school received threats. As for the hospitalized science teacher, in a statement, he thanked his students for their support and said, quote, Saturday, Adriana Diaz, Noblesville, Indiana.
Not on my watch. Uh-oh. It's not going to go away, is it? We'll mute it then. There you go. That's how you take care of that. We'll just back out all that. We ain't got to worry about it. One more time. Back out all that. Okay. All righty. I'm back. All righty. So, at least the lady stopped by. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Everything else got lost. All right, y'all. Let's start out with Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. There is an appointed time for everything, and there is a time for every event under heaven. A time to give birth, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to uproot what has been planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to throw stones, and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace, and a time to shun embracing. A time to search, and a time to give up as lost. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear apart, and a time to sew together. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace. I don't know about y'all. Don't that sound like a John Lennon sound? I'm waiting for somebody to say, every page is turned. I'll read it again. There is an appointed time for everything, and there is a time for every event under heaven. A time to give birth and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to throw stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to shun embracing. A time to search and a time to give up as lost. A time to keep away and a time to throw away. A time to tear apart and a time to sew together. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. And that is Ecclesiastes. Am I saying that right? Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. Psalm 119:82. My eyes fail with longing for your word, while I say, when will you comfort me? My eyes fail with longing for your word, while I say, when will you comfort me? My eyes fail, but Lord, I can't see you. But I'm waiting to feel you in my spirit. I'm waiting for you to give comfort through the Holy Spirit. I can't see it. I can only feel it. And I feel that joy when I know you touching me through the Holy Spirit. Says he's waiting. Isaiah 66:12. For thus says the Lord, behold, I extend peace to her like a river. I extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the nations like an overflowing stream. And you will be nursed, and you will be carried on the hip and fondled on the knees, as one who his mother comforts. So I will comfort you, and you will be comforted in Jerusalem. Then you will see this, and your heart will be glad, and your bones will flourish like the new grass. And the hand of the Lord will remain known to his servants, but he will be indignant toward his enemies. Basically, he's with you through the ups and through the downs. When you're down, you believe and you ask him. He's going to send like a shower his spirit and comfort through your body. And it's going to flush through your veins. It's going to exude out. Everybody's going to know that even though you're going through calamities right now, that you blessed. It's going to ooze out of you. Even the heathens are going to say, that guy's blessed. Even in the worst of times, you're not looking troubled. You're not looking worried. Because you're blessed. If you walk with God, no matter what happens to you on this earth, no matter what's going on, you still won't be able to smile. You still won't be able to help somebody else, even though you're in trouble. Is the Spirit oozing out of you? You go around worried all the time. You go around grumpy all the time. Give it to the Father. It'll work out. Sometimes you might even have to lose what you worried about. You'll get it back tenfold. Oh my goodness, it's not even. I'm gonna have to start all over again. It's not even. I was trying to keep the center grow slow. I was trying to cut the ends off and give the center a chance to hang with them. But you might have to start over. But I'm sorry, y'all. I digress. I think y'all understood what I was saying. Let me check my chat and then we'll come back with the next verse. If was anybody left. Tyrone says, night and nobody cares. Hope you feel better soon. See you next time. See you when you get back, Smitty. Stay safe and have a safe journey home. Tyrone says it's a nice scripture. Andrea McGavin says, that is quite beautiful, very passionate. It touches the soul beautifully. Tyrone says, hey, Andrea, how are you today? Andrea says, hello, Mr. Webb. I'm very good. And how are you doing? Tyrone said, I'm really good, making sure I enjoyed the long weekend. Nobody had no comments or no scriptures? I tried to break them down for y'all. The first one was self-explanatory. It was like a John Lennon song. It was just beautiful. All right, no comments. All right, let's go back and get another scripture. Two Corinthians 1, 3, and 5. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves have received from God. For just as the sufferings of Christ overflow to us, so also through Christ our comfort overflows. And once again, I might get in trouble with this, but I'm gonna put it out here. When people start talking about they are walking with God, and God's going to do all these miraculous things. The most important thing is not that God takes our trouble away. What I want you to get, if you have a relationship with God, He gives you through the Holy Spirit the ability to get through the rough time. He gives you the ability to climb out the hole you're in. He gives you the ability to stop doing the foul behavior that you were doing before. People will go and say, I want you to do this for me, God. God will say, I set it up for you to do it. You achieve the goal, and then you give me praise for it. I don't want to just hand it to you. I want you to come for me when it gets tough, when you feel like you can't handle it anymore. And through the Spirit, I will ease you. I will give you the strength, give you the will to carry on. I will give it to you. But you're going to do the work. And that's where people get crossed up. They think, I'm talking to God, I'm praying to God, I ain't got to do nothing. It's going to be done for me. It doesn't work that way. That's why a lot of people give up on religion. They think, they ask, God do. Why are you asking God to do what you're supposed to do? No, you ask God to give you that extra little bit of strength to help you carry on when it gets discouraging. You know, Smitty said it earlier. She said, why is he so animated? Well, because I had 2 days off. It's the first time I haven't streamed in 2 days since I don't know when. And if you knew how I was feeling earlier today, and Tyrone can testify in the chat, I literally was considering calling an ambulance. But I took 3 aspirin. I had ordered some food and it got here quick. They got here within 15 minutes. I ate half of it. I was really feeling bad. Showtime came. Our post started at 9 o'clock. We still ain't start till 9 something. But as you see me sit here, showtime. I'm sitting here like I'm born anew. You would have saw me at 9 o'clock. You wouldn't have thought it. So let me check the chat and then we'll get back to some more scriptures. Give me a second. Let me back in. See if we got any comments here. Tyrone says they are thought-provoking. Andrea says, and Derek, you appear to be well. Tyrone said he's been awake for 3 days. Andrea says, I see it in his eyes right now. I hadn't noticed initially. Andrea said, something is troubling him. Actually, something was. Tyrone know what I'm talking about, and hopefully we got it dealt with today. And hopefully in a couple days we'll be able to. It won't be a couple days, maybe by Thursday or Friday. Things are gonna be a lot different. I hope. But I am worried. But I'm not worried about I did 2 controversial shows. And I know the devil's trying to make it seem like ever since I did those shows, a lot of people ain't came back. We had one show, we did 357 views. Then we did 2 back-to-back, 200 views. Then I did 2 controversial shows. And now we barely doing 100 and something views. So now we back on the original channel. But since I did those 2 controversial shows, we have dropped in viewership. Trolls still come. But it seemed like I drove away all the family members. Or something's pulling them away. So I was kind of concerned about that. And Tyrone was like, why don't you take a couple of days off? And the sad part is, when I came on today and got back in the saddle, I didn't even care. If one person watched, I'm still going to do my show, and I'm going to keep putting the information out. And more often than not, my information is correct. And we proved it today. And there's a lot of haters that are going to see this and probably going to leave nasty little comments. And I welcome you. Why don't you come in the chat room and say something smart? You want to, but you can't. It's the same story. Talk about I ain't got no neck. Talk about my teeth. Talk about the fact that I had to talk with a southern drawl just so I can get words out. Make fun of those same things. That's all you got. When it comes to my content, you can't touch me. That's the reason why you like the fussing and cussing. Because you ain't got to think. All you got to do is find out who they talking about and join in the discussion. Even if you don't know the person they talking about. You just say something smart about them and you're welcomed in that chat. Isn't that the way it is in this sector? So keep doing you. We don't do that here. We watch current events. I tell you the things that I think we can do right now to change our situation. We don't allow cussing in our chat. We don't allow people to mistreat other people in our chat. There ain't gonna be no talking about coochie and all that stuff in this chat. I'm sent by God to do a mission, and the mission is to help you make your life better. And whenever y'all ready, I got a plan. But the plan needs resources to get done. Till I find that person with the resources, I'm going to keep teaching. And that's why we're here. We're not here to call people names. We're not here to talk about pallets and Dodge Chargers and lawnmowers. We're not here to talk about pedophiles that we're never going to prosecute. We're not here for none of that bull crap. That's the kind of stuff you want to hear. You at the wrong place. These 2 days off, I have watched so many YouTubers. And I've never realized how little there is on YouTube to watch. How little. No, it was 2 days off. I mean, I did come back yesterday, and I did the video on Stephen A. Smith. But that was personal. For those of y'all who didn't see it, it's on 57. I did a video on Stephen A. Smith. And this is another problem I was telling you, Tyrone. I lost a lot of viewership on that show. People start coming back. Because I was telling them that it's Sterling's fault. And they didn't want to hear it. It's the cops' fault. The cops overreacted. I set the scenario. I did the same thing with the lady cop that got run over. I broke it down and gave you the scenario. And even though we had the wrong footage, I still gave you a good scenario. I showed Stephen A. how his attitude, even though he wasn't all ratchet out, he still had that attitude. That attitude led to him being on the ground being tased. He just had a more laid back ratchet attitude, but he had the same attitude. And he got the same result. It just took longer. That man saw him walk out and go toward the car. He let him get to the car so he couldn't say it wasn't his. He told him to back up. He put his hand on the cop. Cop could have shot him right there. Right out the back. Cop told him to back up. Why I gotta back up? I'm trying to get my car. That's why you gotta back up. I don't want you getting in that car. Get in the car and run me over like the boy did the female cop. Get in your car and you got a gun in the glove box. You blow my head off. Well, I'm getting in my car. No, you're not getting in your car. I need to find out what's going on here. What do you mean? You don't see nothing wrong. You don't see how you park. Oh, man, I was in a rush, man. I was in a rush. Come on, man. No, you need to back up. You need to let me figure out what's going on here. He came and got in the cop face. The cop told him, I got a body cam on. They seeing everything. I don't care about no body cam, man. You got a cop pull a gun on you and you about to get in your car. I'd be like, wait, what's the matter? This man is still trying to get in his car. He hear the other cops coming. This cop was standing outside. He noticed this car's parked like it's about to do a robbery. He waiting on criminals to come running out with bags of money and all kinds of stuff. He see one guy come out, and of course he couldn't have on night clothes. He had to look like a daggone thug. He had to look like a thug. He giving the cop attitude. Now, one time did he say, "You know what? I broke the law. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, I made a mistake." Instead, he acted like his poop don't stink. That's what he did. He acted like he didn't commit no crime. Instead of him saying, "You know what? Because you don't know if that officer or if any of those officers that were there did not have handicapped people in their family. They might have took extra offense. They might have law enforcement officers that got shot and paralyzed. They might have soldiers in their families that got paralyzed and wheel around in wheelchairs, and you're going to sit there and take up 3 parking spots? It don't matter. It's 2 a.m. You don't even say my bad. Then the cops are trying to look in the car because you got tinted windows. They got flashlights trying to see if anybody or anything in the car. Every time they touch it, they open the door, the car alarm go off, and you lock it back. They allowed you to reach in your pocket and pull out that alarm clicker twice. You never put your hands in your pocket when you're in front of law enforcement. Anybody know that. That's common sense. They shoot people for holding a cell phone. You reaching in your pocket. You ain't getting in there. He did it twice. Then he put both hands in his pockets. Cop standing 4 feet behind him says, "Take your hand out your pocket." What? Take your hand out your pocket. No, man, my hands are cold. Take your hand out your pocket. You don't put your hand in you go in a store, you don't put your hands in your pocket. I know I don't. I sure as hell won't do it when I'm around 3. It was actually 7 officers. They grabbed him to take his hands out of his pocket to make sure he ain't had nothing. Instead of him going limp and saying, "Okay, I ain't got nothing. All right, man, just write me the ticket so I can go home." He gonna like, "Yeah, hey, man, my pocket." He should be wrestling with him. That's called resistance. So now you took a $300 ticket and a chance to go home. Now you going to jail. No going home. And you got tased because your hands were cold. You don't think them cops was cold outside? And the man asked for one car, and they said all them cops. They all standing outside. They cold. But the investigation need to get done. They need to make sure you didn't rob the store. They need to make sure there ain't nobody bleeding in the store. Because you could have went in there and shot somebody up, beat somebody up. Because you parked like you're trying to get the hell away quick. It's 2 a.m. Who the hell at Walgreens 2 a.m? Milwaukee. Bible Belt. All them parking spots. You too good to park there. You acted the whole time like you was the queen of England and not a black man at 2 o'clock in the morning. Knowing Milwaukee known for racism. You pretty much let them do that. You gave them the damn key. They couldn't open the door even if they wanted to. You had to give them the key. And now young black males and females, white ones too. There's a couple dumb white ones too. need to learn that when somebody pull you up, you ain't no better than nobody else. But the righteous believe they are. They are above the law. They're above the law until they see that jail door slam. Then they realize, well, they got that taser in them, or the billy club upside the head. That's when they realize they're not above the law. And we got to teach these kids young. Because obviously the mothers are teaching them they can do and say whatever they want to do. And the women can get away with it. The men can't. The women can get away with it. The men can't. When are we going to start teaching that? The time to fight with the cop is not out there in the street where he can call for backup when you can't. Because all your Ray-Rays and your TJs, them motherfuckers ain't going to help you out when you're dealing with it, because they're going to laugh at you. They're going to root you on from the sideline, and they're going to do it quietly. Because if they act like they getting involved, the cops going to come and pull them in too. Then who going to bail you out? Who going to call your mama and tell your mama and you start begging for some bail money because Junebug locked up, wrestling with the cops? A simple $200 to $300 ticket. And guess what? He still got the ticket. He still got the ticket. He still got to pay the handicap ticket. So if he still had to pay the ticket, why he get tased? Why he had to sit in jail? Why he had to ride the police car? Why he had to get roughed up? Why not just wait there, let them do their investigation, let them run your license and everything. They come back, hey, you sign a ticket, you go about your way. Instead, you got tased, you spent hours in jail, you got to get your car out of impoundment. That's even more money. Even though you're rich, you don't care, but still. And you still got to pay that ticket. For nothing. And Stephen A. said he did everything right. Only because he didn't curse and he didn't throw any punches. That's the only difference between him and the thug on the street. And that's why it took so long for the tasing to happen. That's why it took so long, because he wasn't cursing. He wasn't acting overly aggressive. He was just running his mouth quietly, but ignorantly. And I pointed that out. Let me get back to the chat. Tyrone says you'll get back on track. Tyrone says you only took a half a day off. Tyrone says both parties took it further than it needed to go. Hey. If the man tell you, take your hands out your pocket, and there's 7 to 8 of them, and it's one of you, I would have let that car be open. Let them look through the car. He saw them trying to look through the car. They're getting pissed off because they trying to get into the car, and the man keep locking on them. And the fact, they could have got him in when he reached his hand and got that clicker the first time. They could have got him. When he did the second time, they could have got him. So now, he done stopped them twice from getting into the car. Being a little prick. Now he gonna put both hands in his pocket. They don't know what you got in your pocket. Ain't nobody frisked you. You won't let nobody touch you, remember? Don't touch me. But you gonna put your hand in both pockets. They shouldn't have let you done it the first time. When you reached there and got that clicker, somebody should have came and took it from you. And they should have frisked you. Probable cause, you committed a crime. The way you parked. Only fire trucks, police officers. Not even a delivery man can park like that. But you, I'm a basketball player. I can do what I want. I'm worth $2 million, $3 million. I can do what I want. Okay. That's why you down there hitting that taser. Tyrone says I would have done it too, laugh out loud. It's easier just complying. That's what I mean. What's the attitude for? It's like I had some people living upstairs from me. I told y'all I used to have white people living upstairs. Tuesday had a dude come by. The Jewish people were here to throw her out. And you can hear the dude talking to, the dude don't live here. But you can hear him talking to the Jewish landlord. And I guess he thought he was helping her out. But in actuality, he got her thrown out. Because they were more worried about him than her. And they get rid of her, he got no reason to come by. So even when they came up with the money, they wouldn't take it. The dude would literally be like a woman. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Chimping out. As Tommy would say. And it was like if you didn't see him or know his voice, you wouldn't know it was a man. Oh, that's real talk. You would not know it was a man. But we got to teach our children. And it's everybody. Even if the cop is being an idiot. Don't look at the idiot. Don't respect the idiot. Respect the badge. Got it? Because whether it's a jackoff, if it's a damn neo-Nazi, he still got the badge. And believe it or not, the badge means something to him. So even if he wants you to mess up so he can beat you with the billy club, so he can tase you, so they can take turns body slamming you. Because of their respect for the badge, you got to make them do it. You got to give them a reason. The same way that a plantation owner can give a slave a copy of the Bible and say, read it, boy, I know you know how to read. The fact that he can take that Bible and use it to enslave that person in the first place. Find some scriptures in there to say it's okay for us to do this. And now, that man, instead of having his own religion, he can only roll with the religion he was given. I say it again. Wherever that man going to find strength from his own religion, he got to go roll with the religion that enslaved him. I have been working out 400 years. The fact that so many people care about what that man do down there in Indianapolis. When I found him born as I don't know what. And I find streams on him as boring as I don't know what. But y'all will go run to anything about him. What that say about y'all? What does it say about this sector? There are like 8 people that stream this man. Without this man, they ain't got no content. But the fact that y'all go watch every one of them streams, no matter who's streaming it, as long as they're streaming him, y'all will go watch it, and y'all will watch that same man talk on the same stream again. But you tell me I'm crazy. The fact that I watched a song today, this man got 26,000 subscribers. Who's the 26,000 dummies that subscribe to him? Can't we line them all up and let him kick them in the butt like he was going to kick son and the wife? Because they got to be retarded. This man keep trying to scare y'all into donating to him. He try to scare y'all into it. Has he gone to get banned by it yet? Y'all probably say, why do I go and even bother? I just wanted to see what he was talking about. Still the same thing. For everything on child molestation, it's 28 videos about something outside every 30. Then he had nerve to say, I've already taken care of Bambaataa. I've already taken care of the Zulu Nation. Yet he's still doing videos in the car. If he took care of Zulu Nation, why you got to do the videos in your car? I'm just asking. If you took care of Bambaataa, why he not locked up? Why haven't you been able to get anybody else to come forward and lock this man up within the statute of limitations? But you wouldn't lie to us and tell us that you got him under control. Okay. You said that Bambaataa told you to go take care of the boy that stabbed him, the boy that he drug raped, and the boy came out of it while he was being raped by Bambaataa. Where's that boy at? Why you don't mention him? How come we ain't seen him on your show? Why you ain't bring him on and testify? Get Bambaataa put away. Because you ain't. You got a good hustle right now. You talking about rappers and Butter Polite and Young Pharaoh and Israel Doctrine and Sonetta. You talking about everybody. But your platform supposed to be child molestation. Now you went into religion. You was talking about on Judgment Day, talking about the Bible in your hand. You say the Bible, I say the book of life. It don't make a difference. The fact of the matter is, now you're a minister. I've been to Bible college. You been? We just keep speaking on religion. You been? I can say I've been. Can you? Then I sat there and I watched Miss Olivia today. And God bless her heart. She told the NFL players that if they go to work, they not men. They suckers. I say to you NFL players, if you don't go make that money, you're going to regret it. Because the same people that's telling you not to go, they're not going to back you up. They're not going to support you. They're not going to take care of you. Don't believe me? Ask Kaepernick. Ask Kaepernick. It ain't the black folk that's buying your jerseys. You better make that money. If all you can do is football, and you only got 3 or 4 years, 5 if you're lucky, you better make your money before the concussions and all that come back. Because when that come back, ain't there a black person gonna help you. You better get that money. Better get that money to make sure there is a woman. Make sure there is a woman. That's gonna make sure you go take. She gonna get her nails done, and probably gonna have a pool boy, and probably gonna have the plumber, probably gonna have the electrician, but she gonna make sure that you eat good. You in nice clothes. Gonna make sure you position toward the TV, because that's all you're gonna be able to do. At least you still gonna have a pretty woman. Listen to poor black folk, you ain't gonna have shit. They ain't got shit. And they happy when you fall. See? That was your gift for leaving. You should have never left. See, I never left the hood. And look at you left and you right back. Look at you. They're not gonna support you. Athletes, go make your money. They make your money. And come see somebody like me who can tell you how you can use it to open up businesses, to employ our black folk, to make our own stuff. Why don't y'all athletes do that? That's what I'm saying. I don't want nothing from you. If I can give you the insight to make you a hero in your town, I ain't got to ask you for nothing. You gonna make sure I'm took care of. I ain't got to ask you for nothing. I don't. But if you want to make sure that your kids have an inheritance, look me up. I ain't hard to find. All I need is somebody with some money. I got the time. I got the ideas. All I need is somebody with the money. Anybody ever gonna step up, I'll be here waiting. And the plan is already on the channels. You don't even need me anymore. I ain't told you what you need to do. But just like putting it in a book in the library, don't nobody black go to the library unless they have to. You ain't gonna find information because you gotta go look. Ain't nobody gonna find. They had to pay attention in the video. Let me check my chat. Tyrone said that's very true. They have no content without him. Yeah, you said that's very true about True. They got no content. But I don't understand. If he come on at 10 in the morning, how does somebody go from one person streaming them to another person streaming them to another person streaming them when you can just watch the original? So if you got to watch somebody else stream them, then he's boring, like I said. If he wasn't boring, you just watch the original. Why you gotta watch? Y'all got 5 different choices for who y'all can watch. Y'all don't have to watch him. You got 5 different choices. But I see some of the same names in each of the chats. If the man do a 1-hour show, how you gonna watch 3 different persons' version of the same show? And you in all the chat rooms. You can't get enough of it? Am I doing something wrong? Maybe I need to shoot myself in the foot. Maybe I need to threaten people. I mean, but no, I don't want it that way. I don't want to be a shock jock. I don't want to have to shock you. I want you to come because you enjoy the show and the things that I say. That's the reason why I do what I do. I give knowledge, thoughts, and answer for your ideas. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. That's why we got to chat. Challenge me. If you don't agree, challenge. I'm not fragile. Challenge me. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to time you out. I'm going to ask you to respond with common sense and logic. Bring your best argument. I bet y'all embarrass me on my own show. Nobody can do it. They got plenty of comments to delete, that's why I block them all. I delete all your comments. That's stupid. You know why? You ain't got the balls to do it in the chat. You ain't got the balls to call in, but you can do it 2 or 3 hours after I'm off. Then you can make your comments in the comment section. That's why I delete them. As soon as I see them, they're gone. I don't want you to get that kind of props. I want you to come face me, face to face. Tyrone says, I watched a document on the lost notes of Sir Isaac Newton. He predicted judgment day in the world will be in 2060. We won't be here to see if he was right. Tyrone says they can't bitch about him on his platform, so it's easier to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Tyrone says you work too hard to get away from the toxic. Scoop that situation as it in right now. What? I'll let him correct that. But I'm assuming that it's about the chat more than about the person. But if you got one person that everybody focus on, like I said, it's real easy. If you want to fit in, think of something real slick to say and put it in the chat. And they'll go, hey, that's funny. Who you? And then you find your way in. So I understand how that works. But, I mean, okay, you got your feet wet. People know you now. How can you still find things to say about the same person you've been talking about for 2 years? I mean, when does it get old? The trolls get on me. One person said, I had 17 topics for one show. 17 topics for one show. And then she said, I hate to beg y'all to comment. Are you insulting me or are you insulting the family? If I come with a topic and they don't want to talk about it, and I bring a list of topics and I can't get them to talk on any of them. Is that my fault or their fault? Because you didn't say nothing about the content. So obviously they wasn't bad. You were trying to say people didn't care about me enough to comment. I don't know if I can argue that point. Because if they see me hanging and don't step in, they ain't no better than troll at that point. I don't know how to answer that. You got me with that one, troll. If I see the host got good topics, and this is supposed to be the family, and I see the leader struggling, I'm going to step in. But to sit back or to keep going, you're right. I can't answer that. There's no answer. I can't excuse it. But I will say that I know somebody right now that literally will watch the man in Indy, will watch the DJ, and watch the Aubrey man, and watch the Banana man in the same day, and be in each one of their chats chatting. That means that person watched the same thing 4 times in one day. Just to fit in. It's coming off, y'all. I don't like it. Let me check my chat. Tyrone says, I'm saying you work too hard to get away from the beef and drama. Tyrone says, you'll find a setup that sticks and works. You never learn without trial and error. It's been trial and error, Tyrone. Remember we was doing the music. Then we was doing the music videos. We were doing the video games. The trips to the store and the market. Having people put clips in the chat and playing the video clips. We've done a lot. We've done a lot in 5 months. It feels like I've been doing this for years. People forget I'm new to this. Hang on a sec. I gotta go to the bathroom. I shouldn't have ordered that 2-liter soda. I ain't supposed to have no soda. All right. Sorry about that. Let me get some soda while I'm up. Shoot. Hey, girl, you woke? Nice over that way. I'm gonna get my whistle away here. Hey, it's back. Woo! All right, we got to get up, walk around a little bit. I got my ice water. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Where is it? All right. Hiya, sir. Hiya, sir. Hiya, sir. Y'all gonna see that solid ice. Remember what I said? You gotta find a weakness. Found it. See it? Hiya, sir. Hiya, sir. Look at that. All you gotta do is find the weakness. Find that weak spot. You can find that weak spot in any wall, in any person. Just gotta find the weak spot. Once you find it, attack. Tyrone says you learned from the music though and stop doing it. Tyrone saying it's okay not to be on every day too. You could do every other day or every few days. Tyrone says, remember I told you the film analogy. No one would sit in the cinema and watch a 6 to 8 hour movie straight. Some YouTubers stream for too long each day, so it gets mentally draining. Yeah, I agree. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't planning on being this long. I just got here and just got the spirit just came over me. I was going to make my points, do some scriptures, and then play the video that the people were giving me a hard time on. I ain't even forgot what video that was. But you know something? I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to play that video and stay in the chat room and see if anybody come with something to say. They won't. So we got 5 people here. Don't nobody go nowhere. We're going to stop. I'm coming right back. Give me 15 minutes. I'm just going to reload. You're right. No need burning myself out. 15 minutes, y'all. Don't go nowhere. 15 minutes. Go see what Tommy doing and then come back.